fun. Yeah, it's just a lot of emotion, a lot of celebrating, of course. But honestly, I'm just trying to soak it all in and have as much fun as I can because I know once I really go home, the work starts again for next year.
What are you looking for that work to be like? What are you looking to look at? Obviously, you had great success this season, but what are you looking to improve on going into next season?
Yeah, I think for myself personally, just really fine tuning my body and I'm trying to be getting stay healthy but work on plyometric speed and agility, kind of that work in the gym, and then on the field, just working on my distribution, both feet, especially the way we obviously play. I want to be as more comfortable in any situation as possible with the ball at my feet, as well as just fine-tuning every detail of being a goalkeeper, shot stopping, crosses, game situations, and just honestly just trying to put myself in the best situation so when I do come back here, I'm ready to go and to win another championship.
MLS doesn't really have an offseason, really. You can go right into the roster decision you made right away. When you look at the roster decision the organization made, and a lot of you, including yourself, options are picked up and stuff, what does that say to you and the confidence that the organization has in this team going forward in the next season?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of belief within the team. It's I think the guys that you see out there week in and week out, majority of them are back, and the guys behind the scenes that put in the work every day to push everyone to be better. Quite a few of them are back, but it's a whole team effort, and so I'm just the club's got a vision, and you've started to see it take off over the last probably 2 months. So I'm just excited for the vision that they have going into next year and years to come.
One thing I want to ask is, Evan Bush, he resigned. What does that mean for you, having him be a part of this team going into next season?
Oh, it's awesome. They always joke and say it's my dad because I'm closer to his daughter's age than him. But no, he's vital to me, to the goalie group, to this team. He's just a leader in the locker room, but he gives his 2 cents when needed. And for me, it's someone that is going to push me to be better, and that wants me to be better, and he's going to push himself as well. So it's just another tool for me just to kind of look after him and go under his wing and have him guide me to where I want to end up, and he wants the same for me.
Wilfer, you mentioned that after a game with mistakes, I assume he's talking about the Cincinnati game, you had some sleepless nights. It was just hard to get through. We've kind of heard about this. As you sit here now, looking back on that moment, how much do you think that helped shape you? I know you referenced some of that yesterday at the parade, but helped kind of turn you into the goalkeeper you were when the team needed you most?
Yeah, it's I think I hate to say it, but looking back on it, making those mistakes, they definitely shaped me to be who I am, and to hold the championship at the end of the cup at the end of the year, and look back and know that I made those mistakes and that I've learned and got better from them, and it makes me feel good about what's to come because I know the situations that I was in, know how it feels, but yeah, it's just it was vital because mentally, this year was draining at times, especially those, but. How do I recovered from it, how I work on the field, just added a whole different dimension. Also, not that I'm a worker, I don't like to, not take days off and stuff, but just kind of add that extra drive as well to, continue to work hard and, to see that end goal of where I want to be at the end of my career.
How much do you mentioned having some of the other guys in the locker room help you get through that moment?
I'd say, Evan, obviously, Phil Borger, the goalie coach, but, it was all of them, honestly. Darlington, Steven, all these guys, right after those games that, mistakes happened, Steven was the first one to have his arm around me in the locker room, just being like, look, it's going to happen. We all make mistakes. Yours are just, on a magnifying glass because you're the last guy. So, he was like, look, this isn't, the end of your career, this one mistake, like, we'll move on, we go again next weekend. And so, all these guys just, having my back and doing all that for me it was awesome. And, I think that's what made our team so close.
A year ago, you're celebrating an MLS Pro championship. Now you're sitting here talking with us. You talked to us throughout the season. I mean, it's pretty clear that you've become sort of, I don't want to say the face of this team, but you're certainly in that discussion. Yesterday, the fans are chanting your name. I mean, it all seems surreal how quickly it's turned into where you are now with this club.
Yeah, no, definitely. Everyone, kind of brings up the past, and, I'm grateful for the past, but for me, the past has built me to who I am today, and all I kind of look forward is the future, because, I take it one day at a time, and, I can't control the past, I only can build on it. But, yeah, I want to be a leader of this team. I want to, help this club win more championships. And so for me, that's all I cared about. And, I'll take whatever role I get. I don't care if I'm the face. I don't care if I'm, the 11th guy on the field, whatever it is. I'll take my role with pride and, do whatever I can to help this team win.
What does the offseason look like for you? I know you talked about, your work starts, but I assume you try and take at least a little time to relax a little bit. I mean, it's a short time before you guys have to be back here. But what's on the agenda for you? Yeah,
I'm taking a trip down to Florida next week with some of my buddies right before the holidays. But when I get back, it's, obviously Christmas, New Year's, and then basically right back into it. So I'll take a little bit I'll work in the mornings and then relax in the afternoons.
Back to St. Louis?
Yeah, back in St. Louis, yep.
Patrick, you replaced a veteran, well-respected, quite good goalkeeper early in the season. You're often mentioned by the coach as someone who had to rewire his game, was butchered more than anyone else on the field, and in his system, everyone had to this year. Can you describe, after thinking about it for a second, how far you've come as a player since you broke camp and got the job in the starting lineup?
Yeah, it's crazy to look back on. I mean,
it just seems like a lot.
Yeah, no, it was. I think Wilfred says it all the time. Being courageous, being bold, and brave. The aspects and the tactics that he wants from all of us, I think it was all a big learning moment. Everyone was kind of confused, not confused, but everyone was a little hesitant at first. And so, I mean, for myself, especially, pausing, being comfortable on the ball, a guy's pressing me, whatever it is, he still wanted me to, have that calm demeanor. And so I think, just looking back on, at times at the beginning of the year, I was frantic. I wasn't as, calm and composed to where I was at the end of the year. It's crazy to think about.
In a sense, isn't that what they teach goalkeepers is you don't want the ball, you stop it and you give it to the guys?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it used to be. Obviously, the modern game is changing a little bit, and definitely changed a lot with Wilfred.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was in college, it was, anytime the ball would come back, I was getting pressed, it was just put the ball long. And even last year under Laurent, he had basically kind of this similar philosophies as Wilfred, where it's, ball comes back to me, he's like, don't boot it, play. Let's, take the touch, find your outlet, play. If I'm coming off my line, a sweeper keeper, don't just, boot the ball long, like, position my body to take a touch, control it, away from pressure and play. So kind of you're just learning all these aspects, and, obviously I did it with Crew 2 a little bit last year, but, to do it in front of 20, 25,000 people, it's a whole lot different. So just, figuring out, when I'm in those situations in front of that many people, that I can still do it, and learning that, it's those people are there just watching you, and that you just still need to play your game. I think it was another big learning moment that I had this year.
This team's tactics aren't revolutionary per se, but the philosophy is much different in that they don't back off the tactics situationally. This team does what it does, and it doesn't change. It just tries to do it better. What's it like to sit back there in the box and watch this team go forward?
Oh, it's special. I rewatched the PK, and it's funny. It was just what we work on in training each and every day, and just to watch it just so fluidly. The build up with Darlington and Aiden, then to Matan and out wide to Yao, back to Diego. You see it every day on the training pitch, and so just to kind of watch it firsthand just unfold in such a big game, and games all year it's art. It's literally a picture perfect artwork.
I mean, even that pass by Malte
Yeah.
was at the end of an 11-pass buildup. I mean, it just ended a little quicker than most of your buildups because he spotted something, but that was.
Yeah, and it's funny. It literally happened on Wednesday. Same exact play. Questionable PK call in practice, but it's practice, so you're never going to get it. But we joked, we were like, well, hopefully it's on Saturday when it happens, we'll get the PK call. But I was able to break free and just finish. So it's the stuff you see in the game is nothing. It's nothing new. It's what we do.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, Malte's played that ball a couple times. It was on the ground, he's played it, but over the top, he's played it a couple times this year in games. But, I mean, yeah, what you see out there is what you get every day in practice.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.